Tony Stewart recently made some explosive comments about the current crop of drivers, calling them wimpy and criticizing their lack of confrontational spirit. But just when we thought things couldn't get any crazier, two racers took matters into their own hands after the checkered flag with an all-out brawl. And there's no doubt that one was Ross Chastain, and the other was Noah Gragson this time. So, fans, stay tuned to find out what went down at the Kansas Speedway and what Gragson had to say about the heated incident. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. Tony Stewart, a three-time champion of the NASCAR Cup Series, has expressed his strong opinions regarding the drivers of today and the feuds that he finds intolerable in this day and age of social media. In addition to running racetracks, Stewart is presently working as an analyst for Fox Sports NASCAR. He's also the owner of Stewart Haas Racing, which also includes Gene Haas as a co-owner of the organization. A number of professional race car drivers, including Kevin Harvick and Chase Briscoe, compete for the team. Recent crashes on the track have started fights between drivers, to the point where veteran Kyle Busch said that drivers no longer value each other. Stewart expressed his opinions on the matter in a straightforward manner. Stewart made his comments on The Kenny Conversation, a YouTube channel run by Kenny Wallace. "It's sad in our sport how vanilla and wimpy all these drivers are. They will not, under any circumstances, confront one another at the track. They'll just sit there and wait until they get home, then fight on Twitter, where nobody has to face anyone. After a collision, drivers may sometimes walk right up to one another on the track to air out their concerns, which has the potential to escalate into a violent altercation." On the other hand, Stewart mentioned that there was a correct approach to take. "We grew up in a different era. I recall that there were times when the drivers came up from the lounge, and it wasn't necessarily a negative thing, but if you did something wrong, they would actually come into your trailer and talk to you in the lounge that you had to yourself. After the practice was completed and the race was over, they had a conversation in each other's motorhomes. It was handled by you, and you did it eye to eye. You did it face to face. You did it as men." Stewart said that throughout his time as a full-time racer, other drivers such as Dale Earnhardt Sr., Jeff Gordon, and others taught him the ropes, and he followed in their footsteps. As the sport evolved along with the rest of the world, it lost touch with its traditional values of respect and proper manners. Stewart stated, "They turned you around and backed you into the fence, and when you're sitting there, sliding down the racetrack or stopped, you have that time to think. I think I made a mistake, but that's how you learn." But what happened in Kansas is the total opposite because drivers are not behaving how they're supposed to be. And one example is of the Ross Chastain and Noah Gragson incident. When Denny Hamlin took the checkered flag to win the NASCAR race on Sunday afternoon at Kansas Speedway, the atmosphere on the track became tense. On the other hand, the fight that took place off the track between Ross Chastain and Noah Gragson is what everyone is talking about. Noah Gragson has had problems in the past with other NASCAR drivers. Even though none of them have been in the NASCAR Cup Series, everyone knows that Gragson will show how he feels and won't back down. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the driver for Legacy Motor Club has fought with Harrison Burton and Daniel Hemrick, among others. Gragson was good at racing because he drove aggressively and had a lot of experience. As a new driver in NASCAR's top level, the Cup Series, he's still trying to figure out how things work. Gragson, on the other hand, has finally gotten into his first fight in the Cup Series. During the course of 3 hours on Sunday, there were a ton of exciting moments, including multiple changes in the lead and a pass for the win on the very last lap. However, the continuous issues that other drivers have had with Ross Chastain proved to be significant once more, this time due to the fact that fists were thrown at each other. What do you think that Noah Gragson said that Chase Elliott encouraged him to fight Ross Chastain? Tell us in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell button for more updates. Gragson was having a great day in the number 42 car for Legacy Motor Club, but things went wrong when he got a flat tire on the backstretch and started spinning around. But this didn't just happen by itself. Before the accident, Chastain went up the track in turn 4 and didn't leave much room for Gragson, which caused the number 42 car to hit the wall. It's important to remember that the driver of the number 1 car never touched Gragson. Still, it was easy to understand why the new driver was angry. When Fox cameras moved side by side, a fight broke out on pit road when Kyle Larson was in the middle of doing a post-race interview. He had just gotten out of his car moments before. On Sunday, it appeared as though Noah Gragson had a problem with the way Chastain was racing him, and he made the decision to face the driver who had been repeatedly slamming him. After the race, Gragson went up to Chastain on the pit road and told him what he thought about what he had done. The driver for the Legacy Motor Club grabbed Chastain, and the two of them started to fight. After this point, the post-race fireworks really got going. When Gragson put his hands on Chastain, we believed for a few seconds that we were going to see a heated conversation, but once he did, it was clear they were going to go at it. We can't help but feel disappointed that the referees didn't let this one continue for a little longer. It's not like we're playing hockey, where someone has to get their stick dirty before the game can start. Chastain deserves credit, however, as it appeared like he gripped Gragson's arm to block the strike before proceeding to deliver a right hook to the face of his opponent. When Gragson was asked after the accident on the pit road, he said he had more to say. Gragson gave the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series win as a reason for why he did what he did. Ross Chastain completely uses us up and fenced the expletive out of us. I'm not going to tear up the Trackhouse Racing guys. Stuff up, I respect their hard work and everything. Nobody confronts the guy. I went down there and grabbed him. I'm sick and tired of it. The guy just runs into everyone. When you got guys like Chase Elliott, other guys telling you to go beat his expletive, everyone's sick and tired of him, but nobody has the expletive to go up and get him. I'm tired of it. After one of Chastain's mistakes, Gragson is the first driver to really talk to him about it. Last weekend at Dover Motor Speedway, Kyle Larson yelled at Chastain after he crashed in Stage 1 and held him up in the last few laps of the race. If nothing else, maybe Gragson will be forced to do something about that haircut. He should have just punched Chastain in the face instead of grabbing his fire suit, but he'll learn for next time that this scenario arises and he'll be more prepared. Even though nothing happened after the fact, this is the second weekend in a row that the driver for Trackhouse Racing has made someone else angry. Even though it wasn't as bad as what happened to Larson, Gragson should be mad, and Chastain should feel like he didn't do anything wrong. The fact that this is not the first time another driver has had an issue with Ross Chastain makes him a topic of conversation in the garage, where he competes for Trackhouse Racing. Even though there haven't been any punches thrown in previous races, NASCAR drivers usually take to the radio once a week to complain about Chastain. As a result of his aggressive racing style, Chastain has understandably become a lightning rod for other drivers. This is healthy for the sport. The competition on the track on Sunday was so intense that there was no need for a post-race brawl to take place. Officials at NASCAR won't admit it in public, but they like the fact that Chastain is the target of criticism from other drivers week after week. If anything, this just gives NASCAR fans another reason to watch next week. That's how racing works, and to be honest, it won't be the last time something like this happens. More specifically, the competition between Chastain and Gragson is still going strong, and this is likely not the last episode. In the meantime, NASCAR Off Track has you covered for the latest updates on NASCAR at Darlington Raceway. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.